All right, I just left the Brink shelter, aka Mosquitoville, and man, we got eaten up last night. Fortunately, the machine's mom had come out to hike with her. She brought 100% DEET, and I just saw a wild turkey, but it looked like it ran away. But you know how that makes me feel. But anyway, so I got the DEET, and that helped a lot. 100% DEET's the only thing that really helps with the mosquitoes. But today it is somewhat cool, pretty humid, and it's supposed to rain all day long. And it's supposed to rain all day tomorrow too, because there's the remnants of a tropical storm. I think it was called Tropical Storm Elsa, if what somebody told me is correct. And I guess that's coming through. So the game plan is going to be hike as far as I can today. Try to stay dry, but that's going to be impossible. And then maybe 0 tomorrow if I can find somewhere good and dry out. But we'll just keep an eye on the weather and we'll go from there. And for now I'm hiking and we'll see how far I get. All right. Well, it's true what they say. You will see bears in New Jersey. Just saw my first New Jersey bear. Looked like a pretty big guy. And he took off running in that direction. Must have heard my trekking poles or something. He definitely saw me before I saw him and took off running. And that's the way I like it to be, because I don't want to get in a tussle with the bear. But yeah, looked like a pretty good sized bear, but I was kind of far away. But first one in New Jersey, second, oh great, now I'm just hearing things. Second bear sighting, third total bear, because the first one, remember, was a mom and cub. All right, well, if they all go like that, I guess I don't have too much to worry about. So let's keep our fingers crossed. All right, so normally I don't even bother with this type of power line, but kind of a cool little view down there. And I don't know if the camera's actually gonna pick it up, but it's a big old body of water, maybe a lake or something. I can see some boats and docks. So I'm wondering what it is. I'm really not sure, to be honest. But yeah, so little power lines, but still a decent view, if not narrow. All right. Well, I was at the sandwich shop, and they had the news on while I was waiting to get my sandwich made. And yeah, this tropical storm looks like it's headed right for where we are. And we're gonna get dumped on with rain for 2 days. Not much I can do about today. I just called the only hostel or lodging I saw. It's 14 miles, which means I'm still gonna get wet today either way, but their bunk room was full. So I don't know what the other options are. But yeah, hopefully I can find somewhere tomorrow and maybe get off tomorrow and dry out, because it's supposed to be raining all day tomorrow too. And if I can do that, I'll do a Nero. If I can find a place today, I'd be open to a Nero and a 0, because the other thing the news said is right now there's 30 to 45 mile an hour winds, and of course these storms typically weaken as they move over land. But I don't really want to be in the woods with sustained winds like that. You never know with the trees what's going to blow down. And yesterday, like I showed, there was obviously already a storm that had blown down a lot of trees. So just for that reason, but I'll have to work it out, because right now I'm not sure that there's really any good options where I'm at. All right, well, it's just afternoon. We'll break the stone pavilion. Usually I imagine there's a good view out that way, but not today. And it is gonna rain more. It's not raining this second, and I'm gonna get underway. Still about 10 miles to my goal, but I might pull up short. Depends. Next shelter doesn't have water. That's 3.5 miles, and the one after that's only another 2 or 3 miles. That would be like a 15-mile day. So we'll see. But I'm gonna try to get going while it's not raining. All right, it's 1:30, and just stopped for a quick break. Shelter's not supposed to have water, but somebody left a 5-gallon jug in the bear box, and I got some, and let's hope that it's potable water because I've already drank it without filtering it. Next shelter is 2.6 miles, and it still hasn't started pouring yet, so I can pretty much definitely make it there. But the shelter I'm going to try to get to is 7.2 miles, and yeah, that's going to be probably it for the day. I'll check gut hooks again when I get there because it'll probably be around 4 o'clock, and I'll see if there's anything else reasonably distant that I can make it to. But I think the rain's supposed to start picking up this evening and get really ugly overnight, and tomorrow's supposed to be pretty nasty too. And if I have to, I can always bail out at the one at 2.6, but it's 0.4 off trail, so I prefer not to. But that's my thoughts. This tropical storm is really throwing a monkey wrench in things, and that's just the way it is. I mean, this stuff happens every year. All right. So one thing New Jersey has in abundance is these big granite slabs. Sometimes they're like this, sometimes they're on ridges at angles, and they're pretty tricky, but they're really tricky when they're wet. I already slipped once and fell, and I've slipped a couple other times. So this was quite the downhill, and it's hard to tell on camera, but there's still quite a ways to go. So hopefully make it, but just take my time and go real slow. All right. Another thing New Jersey has in abundance, and I've seen hundreds of them today, are these tiny little orange lizards, which I saw a few of in the south. It's not really focusing, but I have seen hundreds today, and I believe those are baby newts, which are called F's, E-F-T-S, which is a word that I've never seen used in real life, but it's quite common in crossword puzzles. So if you like crosswords, there's a word that comes up a lot. But today, hundreds. They're orange when they're real small, and they look like the bigger they get, they turn green. Then I'm not sure what happens to them after that. Maybe they're invisible, because I don't remember seeing any that are bigger than the kind of half orange, half green. All right. Oh.